Today I'm going to be showing you the recipe for fried rice that I found to be super satisfying over the years. To start, you'll need about 3 or 4 cups of white rice, ideally rice that was cooked yesterday and has gotten a little stale in the fridge. Yes, that's right, you want leftover rice for this, but fresh works too if that's what you got. For vegetable add-ins, I'm using frozen green peas, carrots, half a shallot, and some green onions. You can use these or other vegetables that interest you. If using carrots, make sure they're peeled, and if using green onions, make sure you rinse them first. For sauce flavoring, I'm going to make a sauce using some pre-made teriyaki sauce, soy sauce, sriracha, sesame seeds, and sesame oil. You can use these, or just use soy sauce, or use your own premix sauce, or even other things that I'm not thinking of. I'm going to be putting in 3 eggs for a bit of richness and protein, but you can skip this or replace it with either just egg or scrambled tofu if you want the rice to be vegan. Oh, and you'll need a cooking oil. I use canola. This recipe requires either a large skillet or a wok. I'm using the wok today, but I've made this dozens of times in a large flat cast iron skillet with great success. Start off by cutting your carrots into somewhere between a small chunk and a medium dice. I'm going with small chunks. And then dice your shallot somewhere between medium and fine. And then chop the green onion into small rings, discarding the tips and the roots. Now I use 2 bowls to help organize my ingredients here. In the first bowl I put the peas, carrots, and shallots. These are all going to go in the skillet first and get a head start at cooking and taking on flavor. And in the next bowl I crack 3 eggs. These are going to go in towards the end so they don't overcook and get dry. I add a dash of soy sauce and scramble these to add some flavor, since these get put in after the rice has already been seasoned, as you'll see later. Now I make my sauce by combining about 2 tablespoons of teriyaki sauce, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, a few dashes of sriracha, and 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds. You can make things more or less spicy if you want. I suggest not adding anything too sweet or sour here because at its core, fried rice really is about salt and richness. Now give your sauce a thorough stir. Preheat your wok or skillet on medium until hot. Splash in some cooking oil, and then add your vegetables minus the green onions and stir. These are going to cook for 3 to 5 minutes to start, stirring about halfway through. After that, add in your rice and pour some oil on top. This will help coat it for a nice sear and less sticking. And then chop the rice around. Refrigerated rice clumps up and you want to break the rice up so it can cook evenly and take on the flavors and mix-ins as well. This takes me about 2 minutes to do thoroughly, which also gives the rice time to heat up. Once you've done that, dump in your sauce and chop and mix your rice around to spread that evenly. I keep stirring this while it cooks for about 3 minutes. And then give the rice a taste. It's warm already, but not quite done, and now is the right time to taste and adjust for seasonings. My rice is a bit undersalted, so I splash on some more soy sauce and stir again for about a minute. I then let this sit for 2 minutes. Later I come back and stir again for a minute, scraping the pan and stirring to get the stuck rice mixed back in. Now I scrape the middle free to make a well that's open to the bottom of the pan. This is where the eggs will be poured in. I splash a bit of cooking oil there, turn the heat down to low, and then drop the eggs in and give them a stir. I stir them with a fork every 1 to 2 minutes until they're fully cooked and set. This takes me about 6 minutes this time. With the eggs done, I turn off the heat, toss in the green onion, and then give a thorough stir, also chopping the eggs up with my spoon to ensure they get mixed around evenly and form pleasantly small pieces. At this point, the rice is done. Here's a close-up of a spoonful that I snuck a bite with early. Just don't tell my girlfriend. You can see there's a lot going on here. A lot of color, some brown bits of rice, some flavorful egg, a good mix of carrots and peas in each bite, and some flavor-enhancing shallot and green onion. And this is what the dish looks like plated. This dish is the best way that I found to use leftover rice. It's so tasty and satisfying, and it pairs well with so many main dishes and proteins. I make this basically every week. It's my first choice when I have extra rice from a prior meal sitting in the fridge. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Also drop a comment below describing your experience with this recipe or what you want to see next.